I was raised in a Christian home. I went to church every Sunday and multiple days a week, actually. My parents were heavily involved in the church. I would see people praising and worshiping. Their form of worship just seemed so real, and I wanted that. I wanted to have what they had. When I went to church that night, service went late. We stopped at Taco Bell on the way home, and we were at a stoplight. My sister said she remembers looking through the window and she saw that this car was coming at a pretty high rate of speed. He ended up rear-ending us. I was wearing a seatbelt, but due to the impact, I was pushed back, and my seatbelt pulled me back down. The window caught me right here and then pulled me back, and so my face was lifted and my eyes were crushed. When my dad came, they pushed him back and said, "It doesn't look good. You don't want to see it." Rushed me to the hospital. The doctors weren't really sure what the healing process was going to be, but they did say that it could be years. I was a sophomore in high school, and so they weren't sure if I was really going to be able to go back or anything, or what I was going to be able to do. I got out of the hospital 2 months and 2 days after the accident, and I got into learning Braille and learning my computer. That was going to be my main source of schoolwork and learning and stuff. I was in a pretty deep depression. I did have nights and days where I just didn't want to live anymore, and I told my parents and my family that's kind of all I had. I had a lot of that where I just, life is hard and life sucks and I want to give up. This isn't for me anymore. I am now in a sighted world and I'm not sighted. God, I need you. Just help. I remember being in my hallway thinking it's always been a goal of mine to read the Bible, the whole Bible actually. And I remember growing up, and my grandma, she always had her Bible. It was an inspiration of mine, like her, to read my Bible. And so I began just a Bible habit of waking up really early in the morning and reading my Bible. Ever since then, I started to see Jesus in the mess. He was there the entire time, even when I didn't really know who he was. And when something like this happens to someone, a lot of people immune to hear where are you, Jesus? Where are you, God? And of course, those have been questions that I've said many times, but I truly believe that he was there the entire time. When you get into the details of my accident, you see Jesus in little parts of it all. When I was sighted and I could see, it was harder for me to know who Jesus is. When I became blind, I was able to see him more clearly. Who I've become and who Jesus is to me now, I wouldn't change a thing.